Hi everyone, Ryan here, Ion Capital Solutions. Today I'm here with Bob Lachance from REVA Global. Bob, thanks so much for being with us today.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, Ryan.
You got it, you got it. So, an exciting topic for all of you today is you business loan brokers, especially those of you that are active in the real estate marketplace, will be happy to know that there is a virtual assistant service out there, that you can utilize for yourselves where your virtual assistants actually have knowledge of the real estate marketplace here in the United States. Now, a little bit about REVA Global, and not from me, but from Bob. Bob, you guys are based out of Connecticut, but your virtual assistants are from the Philippines, correct?
Correct. We're right down, literally, probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from you. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, but our company's based out of the Philippines. Started back in 2018. My first virtual assistant company started 2014. So I've been around for a long time. Started real estate in 2004. So I've been around for a while.
Yeah, gotcha. Absolutely. Now, I personally have been very impressed with the quality of service so far. Now, I'm sure anybody who's considering using a virtual assistant immediately considers, well, if this is a person from another country, are they speaking English fluently? What's the quality of work? Can they articulate themselves well? Are they able to comprehend what's going on in the economy here in the United States? And personally, I have seen that none of those things have been an issue. Everyone has spoke fluently. I use them. Our students are using them. I plan on using more. Can you talk to us a little bit about your selection process of your virtual assistants, your training process, and how you're basically teeing these people up to be ready for the marketplace here in the United States?
Absolutely. And I had the same question as you when you first started, right? A lot of people say, hey, what do your virtual assistants sound like? So that's a very common theme out there. Just to give everyone a little background of the Philippines, English is one of their primary languages. A lot of us don't know it out there. I didn't know it when I first started. I used my first virtual assistants until I started, using them and then understanding and learning. So, with that said, I started back, like I said, back in 2014. Prior to that, I helped start a coaching program, a real estate education program. And one of the main reasons that we've seen a need in the industry, which you're seeing with your students as well, is individuals only have so much time in their day to do those tasks. And a lot of these tasks are very labor intensive, calling to get new buyers, calling to get new product, etc. Right. And I know you'll go into some of that. There's a lot of tasks out there that need to get taken off of our plate. So with that being said, some of the things that we do is we set up a whole sourcing and recruiting team in the Philippines, which means they go through hundreds upon hundreds of applications, sifting through, to make sure everybody has the correct call center experience, the correct degree. So we have a 4-year college degree. We have a whole laundry list of other stuff that we read through. You and I were actually talking about hiring the other day and how challenging it is to go through all of those resumes just to get the one person. When I first went through it to find my first VA, I went through 100 to 150 to find one VA. Now that takes a long time and a lot of time. So we have a whole team that's set up for that. And then we have a training team as well. They go through about a month of training, anywhere from, phone skills, phone handling, admin skills, social media, outbound dialing to investors, outbound dialing to lenders, just different types of things that actually work on their phone handling skills that make them more prepared for our clientele, which is real estate investing, real estate brokerage, real estate loans, etc. Anything underneath the real estate kind of umbrella.
Got it. Got it. Absolutely. And I can personally attest to the skill set of these people as I am now encountering them, utilizing them for my business. Again, our students are utilizing them. And so far, it's been a terrific experience. So I know as a business owner, right, that scaling can be an issue. Hiring can be an issue. Bob had just mentioned we had a discussion about that. Absolutely. And I know what it is to go on, Indeed.com and Monster.com and all these different websites and spend all this money to look at all kinds of resumes and try and find somebody who's going to offer quality work, right? And most importantly, stick around, right? Actually meet their job expectations each and every day. That's a tall order here in the United States. And for any business starting out, we do have students here that graduate our program that are looking to build their own brokerage. They may not have the capital to hire full-time employees, let alone be able to offer benefits and the like. There is an alternative where you can actually build your company with virtual assistants and be able to establish a framework and a foundation to where you're cash flowing. And then in the near future, you'll be able to then hire employees and what have you. But it all has to start somewhere. And if it's going to start somewhere and you're going to build up a team, why not go this route? It's a lot more cost effective. I'll tell you that. The quality of service and work, they work extremely hard. Again, they speak English fluently. They have a solid skill set. And it's just worked very well for me. So one of the things that I've noticed is, and I actually learned about you guys from a student, is that our students utilize them for their marketing abilities, right? And so we have some virtual assistants that are out there just generating lead flow. We have virtual assistants that are on the phone qualifying clients for funding and what have you. I have virtual assistants here helping me with administration work and marketing, whatever else. And it's been terrific. So Bob, I do have to thank you for that because it's been a great experience so far. I think it's a terrific opportunity for anybody who just needs some help. Bob, you're an entrepreneur. You built companies, right? I'm a young entrepreneur myself, and there's plenty of us out there in the world. And the one thing I think we all realize fairly quick when we get into that game is that we don't have that S on our chest. We can't do everything. We can't spin all those plates. It's difficult. And so if you're out there and you kind of feel like you're on an island and you don't have help and you're working 15-hour days, there's light at the end of the tunnel. There is some help there. You just have to reach out. Now, it's REVAGlobal.com. Is that correct?
That is correct. I just want to add to what you just said.
Please
about,
do.
Yeah, and that's important, especially for, a lot of us start off as solopreneurs, right? We're doing this by ourselves, and we see the vision, we see the future. We look to say, hey, we see our team looking like this. The best place to start is an affordable solution, which is hiring a virtual assistant. I look at a lot of these states, Connecticut included, New York included, minimum wage keeps going up and up and up. And our requirements for our virtual assistants are they need to have a 4-year college degree. Now, I know in my own business, in my own office here, if I have to hire someone with a 4-year college degree, they're looking for a lot of money, especially in today's day and age. So outsourcing is it's really, really important for all of us solopreneurs to really look at it. So that's one thing I just want to make sure I touched upon. The other thing is, you look at what a virtual assistant can do for you on the marketing side and lead generation side. You and I had a great call last week, and we talked a little bit about, every single business. We don't have a business unless we have that marketing and lead generation, because who's going to invest in our product, right? Who's going to invest with us? Who's going to use our service unless we have those first two components? And that's perfect, exactly the way you put it, in reference to what virtual assistants are doing for you and your business.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Bob. Couldn't have said it better myself. And so anybody out there, the point of this is our students, any of my subscribers following my channel, anybody active in the business loan brokering space. Hey, maybe you just own a business. You're not at all a business loan broker. You're just interested in my channel and you're considering building a business. You have an active business. Go to REVAGlobal.com. You'll be very surprised and interested at what's available to you to help you build a business. Bob, as I mentioned to you, I'm going to be recommending to all of my students that they make a stop at REVAGlobal.com and check you guys out for when they're ready to scale their loan broker business. I think you're so perfectly positioned for business loan brokers, brokerages, real estate investors, and investment firms. I just think that's the perfect, and you could probably elaborate there, but to me, that's where I think that these virtual assistants will really shine, because they're perfectly suited for each of these roles. And it's the work that we really need help with: the marketing aspect, the administration aspect, helping out on the phones. That's a big help. I mean, I'm on call after call after call all day. How many calls can I really make and have somebody who can actually pick up the phone, articulate themselves well, speak intellectually to the information, to the agenda, be able to collect information responsibly and hand it off, work within the system and the workflow of our team? It's excellent stuff. So for me, Bob, I think we've hit all the check boxes here, so to speak. Is there anything else that you wanted to share with us about REVA Global?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about your product for a second. You have some really incredible proprietary stuff behind the scenes that no one else teaches on, right?
Thank you, Bob.
That our virtual assistants are implementing within your system. So it works. Obviously, us together works really, really well. I'm obviously going to give you a plug too. You have a phenomenal product. The cool part about you and I have a lot in common in this side of it is we use our own service. And there's a lot of individuals out there, other services, products that unfortunately don't use their service. And I think it's very important. Everyone always asks me this. They say, Bob, what separates you guys, or you in particular, from everybody else? And I just say simply, I use my own service. I have a real estate investment company. I have different types of things that I use my virtual assistants for. So, I do a lot of speaking. I go on stage, and I think it's very important for anybody in the service industry to use that type of service, whatever it is, within their own business, because, let's call it what it is. The internet is a small place. You could do research on me, you could do research on you in a very quick kind of a little 2-second snapshot. So I think it's very important. That's why I love your company as well. So I just wanted to give you kind of the same feedback as you're giving me. And I appreciate obviously everything, all the great things you say about me, but it's important just to bring that to light as well.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Bob. Absolutely. And so I think a great place to leave off is collaboration, everybody. We're not in it alone. I think anybody that considers being an entrepreneur, you go down this road and trying to build it yourself, you come across these business in a box companies that are trying to sell you this service to where you're going to build your own business. And what you find is that it actually takes a lot of experience to be able to own your own business, and a network of people that you need to work with. And you have to kind of drop the ego and be willing to say, hey, you know what? I don't know everything and I need help. And once you kind of adopt that mindset and you start to branch out and form connections and network, that's where real business comes from, because you find ways to monetize relationships in ways you never thought possible. And you're exposed to people that have more experience than yourself or different experience than you have. And that broadens your horizons, your capability, and you never know what you'll become if you go down that road and that avenue. So I feel very fortunate to have met you, Bob. I'm hopeful that anything that I've learned along the way I can share with you to help you as well. That's the way it works. That's the way it goes, right? So we'll just keep going on in that direction. With that said, I think that's it. Everybody at home, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Appreciate if you'd hit like and subscribe and follow along with the channel. It greatly helps the channel. It can greatly help you. Again, REVAGlobal.com if you're interested in learning more. And of course, anybody who's following along here, if you're interested in Ion Capital Solutions, IonCapitalSolutions.com. All right, Bob. That's awesome. It. Thanks again so much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
You got it. Take care.